Tracy, I added you, but I don't know if that worked.
Yeah, hello, did it work?
Yes, it worked.
Yay!
Tracy voice enthusiasts, accent enthusiasts, rise up. Okay, I guess also heads up that I am recording this session, so I can also upload it probably on YouTube after this, so people can listen to it after the fact, given that time zones are a thing that exist. I don't know if I should wait for a little longer. Maybe I can just get started. I had that Google form up with a bunch of questions and I got some submissions. And then I guess if people don't want to talk, but they have stuff that they want to contribute, maybe reply under that tweet I had just now with the link to the space. And I'll keep an eye on that tweet. So yeah, maybe first question. I think I'll start with this one, which is from, oh man, I lost the question. Oh, from someone that did not give their Twitter at, just asked for us to talk about past interactions of yizhan and also saying that they're a new turtle, so they don't know about them that much and would also like to know the meaning of some words in our fandom. Tracy, do
Do
you
you want
want
to
to
go
start?
first? Okay.
You can maybe start
um,
with, I don't know, what are some words? We should start by defining some words and acronyms, maybe.
yeah, that's a good idea. Which ones?
I guess the most basic ones is what is BJYX?
You can explain that. I feel like I wouldn't
um,
explain it well.
so basically, I don't know how many people here are new turtles, but just the most basic kind of knowledge. BJYX stands for 博君 Yixiao, which is the ship name for Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhen. And there's also two variants, which is you might see ZSWW, which stands for 占山为王, and then you might also see LSFY, which stands for 连锁反应. So they're basically all ship names for yizhan, but the difference is the dynamic, so like who's top and who is bottom, which I won't really go into, but that's what the meanings are, and they're all like kind of idioms. So I really like 博君一笑 because it's from the idiom that's 博君一笑, which means to do anything to make you smile, which is just a lovely ship name.
It's so sweet.
It's so sweet. And then I guess when I was a new turtle, I was really confused as to why we were called turtles. And as far as I can tell, it's because a curse word for someone to kind of meaning the same as bastard in Chinese is wangba, which is it's like there's different names for turtle in Chinese. There's wangba, which is kind of like the curse word version, and then there's wugui, and then you might have also heard bashigui. There are different types of turtle basically, and so I think originally turtles got cursed out a lot and got called wangba. So then they just kind of co-opted that term and decided to make it our own. So that is why we're also called turtles. What else? You might also see people say BXGs as our fandom name, and that stands for 百香果, which means passion fruit. And where that comes from is if you look at the 博君一笑 super topic on Weibo, that's the name of members in the super topic. So that's where the fandom name comes from. And then actually recently, I don't know how many of y'all go on Weibo super often, but as a very recent development, C fans have started to call each other fruit sisters, which is in Chinese is 水果妹, which is a fairly new thing. I think it arose from the whole like sending flowers situation. There was like, I remember seeing the original Weibo post where someone was explaining that when they were ordering flowers or when they were trying to get their flowers placed onto the area near the theater to be able to give it out to passerbys, they kind of showed a conversation that they were having with a solo or someone else, I forget, where they're like, no, don't call me turtle. I want to be called a fruit sister. And then I think it spread from there. So now everyone calls each other fruit sisters, which is also really cute.
I've also seen for BXG. I don't know if it's a common one, but also like it stands for 博校 girls or 博
Mm,
校 guys, but I don't
mm.
think that's as common as the other ones.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that I've seen more in English fandom, not something in C fandom. I
I've
think that was
seen it.
also my initial guess for just kind of like in English when I saw BXG. I was like, oh, boy, xiao girl.
Yeah, it
That
makes
was my
sense.
guess. Yeah.
I've seen it when like international turtles go on
Mm,
Weibo and then they're like MMC fans will like be like, oh, like welcome to the fandom and we are BXG and that stands for 博校 girls and it's quite cute.
mm. Yeah, basically anything with the acronym BXG. I think, you know, the fan clubs where when people go and buy their songs, like how you can join a quote unquote guild that you uh, give your purchasing numbers towards. I don't know how to explain that so it makes sense. Basically, it's like you like people will go and buy their songs, and then you can join a guild, and then there will be a ranking of all the guilds where you add up like the amount of songs that each guild has purchased, and so you'll always see the turtle one, and it'll be called 不锈钢, which I think means stainless steel, and I think it's picked because it's also BXG, but it's not like overtly CP fans. Um, and then there's a separate super topic, which is 保险杠, which means like safety case, where it's a super topic where people go and ask for other people to comment on their Weibo posts to like raise the health level of their Weibo accounts. So then the super topic name is like the acronym is BXG, and what it means is safety case, which is pretty cute. Is that
Um,
all the fandom word meanings? That's all the
I
big
think
ones,
so.
right?
If people have like more, then they can ask.
What about past yizhan interactions for a new turtle to know about?
When the Untamed was airing, like they'd interact a lot on Weibo, like because they do like maybe not weekly, but like for specific episodes, they'd like promote it and then like the other would reply and it'd be like a cute little like conversation they'd have. Like let me try and remember one. Um, why can't I think of any? Oh my god. Like for example, I remember it was the drunk Lawanji scene where he graffitied on the pole, and then Ibo posted that, and then I think Xiaozhen replied. I can't. Oh my god, my
Oh wait,
memory's
I
so
remember
bad. I
this.
can't
I
remember
remember
this.
this.
Help me out.
One of them was like, I think Xiaodan was the one that was like, "This is a prop. Don't do this at home."
Yeah, and then have like many interactions like that for like while Chen Qingling was airing. It's pretty cute, and it's like the most I've seen them do to promote the dramas. They've done it multiple times. I'm trying to think of another example. Um, I think there was one about rabbits. Maybe I'm remembering wrong.
Was there one where Yibo posted one of the shots of him from the drama where he was holding a rabbit?
I think so.
Am I remembering that correctly? I feel like it was like a poster, right, where he
Yeah,
was
yeah, I posted that, and he
Lawanji
was
and he was
holding.
holding the
Yeah,
rabbit.
that one.
Yeah,
Um,
sometimes I really want to submit like fake rumors from the perspective of like the rabbits on set.
that'd be so cute. You should. Also their birthday interactions. That one's classic. Like you were replying to the fake Shashan account,
Classic.
or like for Yubo's birthday, Xiaozhan posting that motorcycle pic and saying like happy birthday, and then Yubo was like, you need to like update the motorcycle photo. That was a cute interaction.
Um,
Um,
okay, there's other questions that are along this same theme. Someone else asked, what is your ultimate favorite yizhan moment?
I feel like I answered this last time and I can't remember the answer I gave.
You can pick a new favorite moment.
Okay, let me think. You go first if you want.
I think my favorite, just like visually, my favorite moment is still from
Hmm?
the fan meet where Yipo is rising onto the stage from behind Xiaozhan, and Xiaozhan turns to him and says "Wow" when he sees him in the Luffy outfit, and then Yipo just like his face just glows. That's probably my ultimate favorite moment. Um,
That one's like classic. Just all the gifts of that moment. I feel like every time they perform Uchi and it's like Evil rises up on the stage, there's always like every time there's been like what's the word? There'll be like an interesting moment every time.
mhm.
Um, I think I remember what I said last time. One of my favorite moments is when the happy camp behind the scenes where they were playing that game and then you could see like Xiaojian's face when Evil was like
On the
trying to get
ground.
yeah with the other guy. It's just so obvious. That one always gets me. Oh, another one that's really good is the live stream they were doing with and Ibo asked like, is your cat clingy? And then Xiaozhen goes, you're clingier? That
Classic.
one's good.
That one's really good for me because they're saying this like very under their breath, and I'm kind of certain that it they probably, at least Xiao Zhan probably didn't want that to be caught on camera.
So like the
That's
way they
also
like
the
whispered
interview.
it.
That's also the interview where I always forget that Fan Xing is sitting right next to Yibo, because the shots I see of it is always zoomed in on the two of them. So then whenever I see a zoomed out shot of Fan Xing
You're
on
like,
the
oh, he
side,
was there too.
like he was there too. It's like that, and then the boat BTS where
Oh my
you
god.
just see the two of them, and then you see a zoomed out shot, and you're like, oh, Wenying was also on the boat.
Oh my god. Yeah, and from the boat moment, just Ibo peeling lotuses for Xiaozhan, and then when Yubin asks, he just gives him the lotus without peeling it. No, it's like his double standards are so funny.
Maybe on the same theme, what is your favorite candy from the fan meets? So like the concerts, I think.
Mm,
I just wanna, uh, share mine. Uh,
Yes.
also, do you remember? Is it the Nanjing concert? I'm not sure, but the one where Xiaozhan was announcing Yibo to go on stage, and he was making the the audience quiet,
Oh, the
and
oh,
then
that was
shushing.
Thailand.
oh,
Yeah,
Thailand, sorry,
That's
yeah,
okay.
and then someone someone shouted Ibo's name, and then followed by I Jen. It was so cute, and the way that Xiaozhen smiled, just really so sweet.
it's just mind blowing how pretty his smile is.
That
It
one, yeah,
just
that one's iconic.
like
Um,
actually does. I feel like there must be fan site photos of that smile in that moment, right? But I swear to God, I've never seen like a HD zoomed in fan site picture of that smile.
they're keeping it from us.
I feel like it's gotta exist, but I've never seen it. It's always like not a straight on shot. It's always like
Yeah.
from some sort of angle, or it's like a shot of the big screen in the background and not, like on Xiaozhen himself. This is like my white whale of Xiaozhen pictures that I want to save to my already very full phone.
I feel like if
So
anyone has it,
if any of
it'd
you
be like
have a picture
Midnight Dream.
like that, oh my god, yeah, Midnight Dream, come through, Mongjie, please. Someone just commented that Smile from Thailand went on Hot Search, which deserved,
As it should.
as it should be.
I think there's a lot of good moments from like the fan meetings and concerts. I think there's one that I like, which I don't see talk about often. Um, wait, okay. Wait, my dad just put on really loud music. Can you guys hear that?
A little bit.
Okay, let me move a bit.
You're fine.
Okay. So one of the moments I've seen is Ibo, he takes out his in-ear thing, his in-ear monitor, and then
Mhm.
like you can see Shajan help him count the beats into his part. I don't see this like CPN like widely spread, so I'm like, has it been washed or something? But if it's true, like I think it's just so sweet how like in tune they are with each other because he didn't really like tell Xiaozhan that he needed that, but Xiaozhan was like they just their mochi is just like incredible. That's just what gets me about that moment.
Chef's kiss. Wait, I feel like I definitely remember seeing this. I feel like I remember seeing this pulled up back when that red green rumor first came out of the from 10 cent night of the ring in your pocket to help you count the beats. I
Oh
think I saw a gif or a video of this moment
yeah, it's
alongside
just
that
so
red green
sweet.
rumor, so I remember it.
Yeah. Also, another moment would be the first fan meeting where like the MC just commented on Xiaozhan's like waist, and then Yibo like went off.
It's like normally people look at the face and not the waist. What are you doing?
And he got me so mad.
He sounded so pissed off. It was so funny. What else? I think also just the entire 战歌小心要 be careful of your
I was gonna say that
waist.
too. Oh my god. And then the angle, him like he knew what he was doing, like angling them like that to whisper into Xiaozhan's ear.
Also, I think it broke my head a little bit when I saw a gif of that moment, and then you can see after Yibo pulls his head back a little bit, Xiaojan's like, he winks at him. So Xiaojan also knew what he
Oh
was
my
doing.
god.
I hate them.
They're so annoying. And just like I feel like any fan meeting, they're just so smiley and happy and just oh my god, just it was like blatant double standards. Like there was that recent video of him like Shajan was helping one of the other cast members with like the belt thing for the game, and it was like on a completely different team. He's just like helping Shajan, like giving him directions on how to like tie that belt thing, and I'm like, he's just like completely ignoring his team.
Double standards. I feel like double standards is one of my favorite CPNs. Is it even a CPN? I think it's just
It's
real.
just facts. It's
It's
just
just
facts.
fact.
Like the entire entertainment industry just knows his double standards.
Oh man. Oh, I guess segueing from there, someone asked at Amy J Chen 114, kind of curious about Seant in general as it relates to the boys. Like one, would they ever be able to be free of Wajijiwa and Yuehua, or do you think they need a large agency in order to book jobs? And two, do we think that most entertainers around them know about them and support them? Tracy, you want to answer this one? I feel like you know C in general more than me. I only know Portuguese. I don't know anything
Just a
else.
little my like random like knowledge from over the years. So when like they asked if they'll be free from YZZY and Yuha, is that like in terms of their contract ending?
I guess so. So they're no longer
Um,
like beholden to, an entertainment company.
okay, so don't take my words as fact. It's just like my thoughts, my my thoughts on what I've learned over the years. But so I know whether whether or not they'll be like completely free. Um, it depends like what happens. I don't know, like depends on them and what they want to do once their contract ends. Like if they want to renew or if they want to just like completely like leave.
Mm.
And I know Shaz's contract is long, it's like 10 years, but I don't, I'm not like knowledgeable on their contracts and stuff, but I think that if when it ends, when both of their contracts end and they decide not to continue with their companies, then they'll be like free. Um, what was the next part of the question?
The next part of the question was do you think that most entertainers around them know about them and support them?
Um, so
Young me definitely supports them.
definitely,
I don't know if
I
she like
feel like,
knows for sure, but she definitely
yeah,
supports them.
definitely. I feel like their close friends would know and just like what was I gonna say? I feel like some people like would hear stuff along the grapevine and like know but not really know. Like they'll
Mhm.
be like suspicious, but like they're not gonna like go and ask or like dig it up
Mhm.
or anything. Um, but yeah, I don't think they're like going around telling everyone, and I also don't think they're like if they're at like events or like working or like have schedules and stuff. I don't think they're like trying to be obvious, but I don't think they'd be like, but like they wouldn't be trying extremely hard to hide it either.
Mhm.
That's just my thoughts. I don't know, like because I wouldn't know. But in terms of like other like CN people knowing, hmm, I don't know. It just depends. Like some people are really into gossip, like, and some people I know like there are a bunch of other celebrities that really like shipping CVs. Like Youngmi is one of them, but there's like a few other like actresses I know of that like shipping. So I feel like yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
would.
remember there was that one actress. Oh God, I'm forgetting her name. She was the actress in Put Your Head on My Shoulder, which is a really sweet rom-com drama that I do recommend. She was the main actress in that one, and a few months back, her studio put out a small vlog of her like day to day, and there was this one split second where she was sitting there getting her hair done or something, and you could see her phone in her lap. It was like pretty blurry, but you could tell that it was a picture of yizhan together.
Oh, I think I remember that.
You remember this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember her name. Hang on. But yeah, like this, there are a lot of people in CN that like shipping.
Yeah, but I
um,
don't think unless they were like close friends. I mean, I know that C fans like to say, or I've seen a bunch of like fake rumors and stuff that say, oh, they're like basically half public or like half out within the industry. But I personally don't think that's true. I think that still comes with like a lot of risk. So
yeah,
I err on the side of probably people that are close friends with them know, and other people probably like are basically like us and like suspect slash ship them slash support them. I do think people support them.
I think yeah, the people that suspect probably. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
nice to think that they have support. But yeah, um, yeah, that's about it. And obviously, I feel like the dating app bros definitely know the way they're like always like teasing him and just being like low key obvious.
Agree. They
Especially
definitely
like the
know.
change from like them like how they used to cue Ibor for like as a
Girls.
single guy and for
Yeah.
girls, and now it's like never. It's always
All right.
chill phone.
Sorry, say that again.
Xinfei, the actress in Put Your Head on My Shoulder.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I forget her name, but
Yeah.
that was quite wild. Um, what else? Okay, I guess a little bit of a throwback. Someone asked, what happened to all the 2018 footage? Does anyone have stories of 2018 candy that's been washed? And are there any candy from sea turtles that never properly made it to international fandom?
Um.
Honestly, I only became a fan late last year, so I'm not super clear on like what was 2018 candy and footage besides the BTS that's been released and the like.
Oh,
There was that list
maybe.
of like 49 rumors that I don't think that was watched though. I think a lot of that was like hammered in
This
by the
is like yeah.
BTS.
Um. I can't think of anything in 2018 that's been watched that like obviously the Japan trip candy that counts as 2018. Um. And like I'm trying to think. I've I've seen like the sushi date be washed and unwashed like multiple times because some people be like, it wasn't actually a date. There were other people there. Blah blah blah. Blah. Or like, um, also like some people think that Ibo was the one that took the photo of Xiaozhan holding onto the
The
little
Ju Zongzi.
yeah, and some people like he didn't take that photo, but I mean we wouldn't know.
There's just
Um,
no way to know.
but it's nice to think that it was Ibo, and I do think that it was Ibo because who else was there? Was it like Yang?
I think Yang Xia was there and probably
I
the
don't know.
assistants,
I
right?
can't imagine Sheldon being like, "Hey, yo, like, can you take this photo of me?" Um, so I wasn't a fan in 2018 either, so I don't really know if there was anything from like C fans that didn't make it here.
I guess I will say I recently read a couple, like, I don't think it's really candy, more just like, honestly, I'll call these fake rumors. There are a bunch of basically like screenshots floating around where it's clear that like one side of the conversation is supposed to be like someone that was a solo fan in 2018. And so there's just a lot of like these random anecdotes floating around in like, like WeChat DM screenshots form of these solos saying like what they ran into back in 2018. And I recently read one that said it was Moto Jie, who's like MTJJ's Yibo solo fans, saying that she visited the film set with a couple other Moto Jie's in 2018, and they were there waiting for Yibo. And then it was like kind of late in the afternoon, and Xiaozhen saw them waiting, and he was like, "Oh, Lao Wan will be back in a little bit, so you guys just like wait for a little bit longer." So that was like a pretty, I guess, sweet interaction between
That's pretty
Xiaozhen and
cute.
Yibo's fans. And then on the flip side, I read another one that was like um, some shrimps that were there waiting for, or that had gone to set to see Xiaozhen, and they said that Yibo gave them candy, like actual candy, like physical candy for them to eat. And then this screenshot, I think, was a conversation between the old shrimp and an old MTJJ, who was like, "Yibo hasn't even given us candy."
That's so funny. I've never heard of a celebrity giving another celebrity's fans candy or
So yeah,
anything.
I mean, take these as fake rumors since there's no hard proof for anything, but there's just a bunch of these like old fan stories that I think don't really make it to iFandom. Um, Mostly because for me, I see them, I'm like, oh, it's just a fake rumor slash like, I don't know, I just never think to translate these particular ones, but maybe in the future I should.
You should. That's funny. Um, I think this one people know about, but I really like it. It's when Shajan is at the airport and his fans are filming him, and he was talking about like how Ibo like helped him with the dance and how he's like such a good dancer. It was just really cute and like nice how they used to be able to talk about each other. Um,
Yeah,
and it's just like, wow, you were so good at dancing and you like helped me, etc., etc.
I remember
Um,
seeing the airport video. Yeah. Okay, I guess. Oh, one question here says, what are the topics banned from discussion in the Bojing Xiao Super Topic, and can we discuss them in the live chat?
um,
um,
I don't know everything that's banned, but so
I guess the main things that are banned is like, uh, well, because the super topics are divided based on like dynamics, for like fan works and stuff, that's banned. But I mean, obviously, that's like for in the Bojing Xiao super topic, you shouldn't be posting like a Jianshan Wei Wang fanfic and stuff like that. But I mean, in the live chat, if people later on want to talk about fake recommendations and stuff, I think that's fine. And also, you're not supposed to talk about stuff that basically comes from like official information. So information that goes into too much detail about their private lives or their private schedules, which
yeah, that makes sense.
makes sense. Um,
Then isn't the ox necklace banned?
is it specifically? I don't think it's specifically banned in the rules.
Oh, okay. Am I confusing it with the other super something? Um, see, I was gonna say hot pot, but I remembered that wasn't our super topic. It was the um Ebola super topic that banned it
Oh, really?
after the Street Dance of China hot pot incident.
I'm so sad I wasn't yet a fan during Street Dance of China. I was watching Street Dance of China, like I was following along with every new episode as it came out, but I was not yet a turtle. And so I feel like I missed out on most of those big moments while they were happening.
I just got reminded of an incident where just this it was a Ebola solo fan, so not even like a CP fan or anything, and they just very innocently said in his super topic like, "What's that dance that Shaojan did with X9. The one, oh my god, what is it called? Hang, give me a second. The one where, you know, the one he was dancing with Xu Jie in the behind the scenes.
Mm,
That one. What is it called?
I don't know. This is the limit of my knowledge.
Oh god, it's the oh my god. Okay. Someone help me out. Um. Okay. Well, it was that dance he did with at an X9 concert. It's the one where they're wearing that like that long flowy like jacket thing.
Yes,
That
the
one.
kimono dance.
Yes, that one. Okay, so the song, so that Iwo Solo very innocently commented in his super topic like, "Oh, I really want to see Iwo cover that," and then I think they got banned from the super
Like from
topic.
the super topic. Oh
Yeah,
no.
when I saw that, I was like, "Oh no," because I think they probably thought like it was like I don't know a CP fan trying to cause trouble, but
Mm,
it was just like they just very innocently wanted to see him cover that, but no.
oh boy. Yeah, I feel like I've heard that the Igbo super topic is a lot less lenient with, you know, CP fans and like stuff like this. I've seen a couple turtles say that they finally reached level 12 in Yibo Super Topic, and on Weibo, basically in the Super Topics, if you like check in for enough days in a row, you'll like level up, and it's pretty hard to get to level 12. So when you get to level 12, you'll often, I think it automatically generates a post for you in the super topic saying, you know, XYZ reach level 12 in the super topic. And I saw a bunch of turtles saying that when that happened for them, they reached level 12 and then immediately got banned from the
Oh
super
no!
topic,
Oh no!
which
That's
is
so sad.
truly just,
You know, that's really sad because sometimes they do giveaways and stuff, and one of the requirements is to have a high level on the super topic. So yeah, they cannot get the prizes anymore.
yeah, I mean, I think most serious turtles have like solo, quote unquote, solo side accounts. And I also know turtles that will maintain solo accounts with a couple friends and then they'll share that account when someone needs to go to like a solo event. Because for solo, sometimes in person solo events, they'll also ask to check your Weibo fan account.
That's so
So
smart.
turtles are, you know, they have ways around stuff.
I'm trying to think of what else is banned in our super topic, and aren't the the bird, not the birds, the booyah and boji,
Oh, is that
boji.
banned?
Oh, you
You're
know, you
making
know
me
what
question
else?
myself now.
You know what else? Mentioning other artists, I think that's banned too.
Oh yeah, I think that's typical of every super topic though. You're just not supposed to mention people.
Oh,
Oh, I
that's
think I'm
true.
echoing. But yeah, I think that's not like specific to, you know, RCP or like our super topics.
Okay, what is very interesting is that also in fanfiction they don't really use other artists either. It's not like in the English fandom where people use them as, like they include other artists, and yeah, they don't do that there.
Yeah, when I read As You Wish, courtesy of Ichen's translation,
Yeah,
um,
that's so funny though.
uh, there weren't any like mentions, right, of like other celebrities. It was all like original characters. Am I
Mm-hmm.
remembering correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I actually
Yeah,
didn't
that's
notice that
true.
until
I didn't, yeah, I didn't notice that until now.
everyone should read As You Wish.
I didn't notice either. It was one of our friends who realized, and she was like,
Oh.
she didn't like having so many original characters.
Interesting.
I will say I just also haven't read a bunch of like set in quote unquote reality fics. So I don't I don't know like if the fic was set in, you know, real world today, if it would mention other celebrities
Isn't
like
As You Wish
currently.
modern?
but it's not set like in the entertainment industry.
Oh, is that why?
Like
Yeah.
I've seen some, and they don't mention other celebrities, but there are some that are actually set on the Tenshin crew and stuff, but others are just like they have other original characters and not any famous people.
I think that makes sense though, just because Chinese fandom is so complex and a lot of other fandoms are, can also be sensitive. So I think it's just like more for safety than anything else.
Yeah, I think they might
Um,
get offended too because like sometimes the characters aren't really portrayed as good characters or like I don't know, like the person who doesn't get together in the end, or I don't know, like yeah, it's better for all of them to not include anybody else.
yeah. And related to this, there was someone that asked, is the Peng Yue angst agenda real?
Oh my
I
god.
guess for those on the call
What?
that don't know,
Steph, this is for you.
No. um, but wait, I didn't even hear the question. I only heard his name. I'm sorry.
basically, is the Peng Yue angst agenda real?
Oh, how to know it's all CPN in the end? Oh, we also have our queen here as a listener.
Voice reveal for the root cause of all of the Peng Yue angst. I guess for those on the call that maybe haven't heard of this, oh, I'm echoing again.
Okay. I don't know. In the end, it's all CPN. And I have my doubts about this. I don't know. I don't want to say anything. What if I get banned for saying this? Bye.
Just to explain for those on the call that maybe don't know what we're talking about, it's just a CPN that Peng Yue, who's one of Xiao Zhan's bandmates from X9, was maybe also like had a crush on him during their days as bandmates together. And I mean, there's no real like proof, just a lot of CPN.
A
A lot of suspicious
a lot of
things.
things. No, the last 3 days have been cursed for me. Okay, I stop. I'm sorry.
So are we gonna elaborate on that CPN?
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's just like, yeah, we think because he's an angsty person in general. I don't know. I don't know
It's
how
just,
to
I
say.
guess, like the way he angst a little, and people kind of the
And the thing,
okay. I was just like I'd quickly summarize it as like Steph mute. Um. I lost my train of thought. Oh, like just a quick summary. Like he's an angsty person. He makes angsty posts, and people just think like maybe he's vaguing about his crush on Xiaoxia. Like I think that basically summarizes it.
okay, the
Yep.
thing that made me very very curious about it was when I Baiju'd them and like all I got were posts saying BE, right, like bad ending, and like people crying that it was an angsty CP and it was beautiful because it was angsty and it had a bad ending and stuff like that. And apparently they started saying that around the time Chenchining was filming, so that's what's very suspicious because why did their fans suddenly start saying BE, right? It was it was pretty weird. Oh,
Okay,
also,
I think we can.
okay, I gotta say something. I gotta say something. Okay, so when they went to Chongqing in February for Chinese New Year in 2018, Peng Yue he posted something about like Chongqing being beautiful and heartbreaking or something. So yeah, I think that's why people were very angsty about it too.
Yep, I think we can leave it there.
That's enough.
I
Well,
knew
our
it.
next
Okay.
question for Wang Yibo locking his Weibo account for 6 months visibility. I think Tracy, I saw you say that a lot of other Hunan TV
Yeah.
hosts also did
So
this.
someone told me that like Hunan accounts were also locking, so I went and checked, and I checked. So the Hunan TV account locked. So did the Mango Entertainment account, and then I also checked like Day Up hosts and Happy Camp hosts, and like basically all of them locked their accounts, like Ibo did. So I don't think it's not like a personal thing for him. So like don't worry too much. because we
Don't
don't really
freak
know
out.
what's going. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't freak out too much. We don't know what's going on yet, but like it's not just an Igbo thing. Like everyone else also did it. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I don't know what's going on.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think it's
And
a big deal or a big thing to be worried about.
and hopefully like he'll unlock it one day after whatever's going on is over.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Xiaojan. I hope so too.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't
next
know about
question.
Xiaojian.
No more sad.
No more sad. Let's pick another question. Oh, if you could write any slogan on a light board, what BXG slogan would you choose and why? So I guess this is like those light signs that fans bring in to concerts and like Tencent.
I really like the standing on top of a snowy mountain
Mm-hmm.
side by side one. That was just so like sweet. But the one from Tencent night, the
So
3+2 and wonton song, that was really funny. I don't know. Just,
I also really like that one single boyfriend strength light sign that was at Xiaojian's New Year's Eve performance.
that just reminded me the 11 event in 2019.
Oh, not
where
the one that I
someone
clowned over this year.
not that one, the one before, and then someone held up a Janke Didi Aini sign, and you could see in the fan cams that Xiaojian saw it and smiled. And then in the official upload, they censored the sign.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
Of course they did.
but if I had to come up with like one that hasn't been done before, I would. Oh, my favorite Igbo quote from Day Day Up when he says, "Love is like that, can't help it."
Mm,
That one is just the best thing he's ever said.
mm. Yeah, I can't actually think of one. I feel like I'm not poetic enough. A lot of the BXG slogans are super, super poetic, and I do not have enough culture to come up with those. And then there's a couple questions that relate to timelines. So one person asked, how long do you think they've been dating for and why? / what is your get together candy? And another person asked with a splash of angst, so I heard about yizhan breaking up in 2019 but soon got together. I guess got back together. Don't know how accurate this rumor is because I joined this fandom recently. Wanted to know your views on this rumor. Also, can you talk about rumors circulating at one point about them knowing each other before 2018? Okay, so I think diving into the whole like timelines thing. My personal timeline is, and there's really no like hard evidence for any of this, so this is all CPN. My personal belief is probably Yibo saw Xiaozhan on Tianjin Xiangshang in 2017, and you know, maybe not like love at first sight, but like at first sight. But I don't think they got close until filming in 2018, and the reason for that is when you see the BTS of them in the early days of filming, and by early days I guess I really just mean the first couple days, they still stand with a
Personal
reasonable
space.
they still give each other personal space, and there was a couple shots of them looking like they were making awkward small talk.
Although there is like I just found a dish today about like of them their first script reading day, and it's like Xiaozhan is like patting Yiwo on the back.
I saw
like
that.
I saw that, but to be fair, that was like in quote unquote in character.
It's true, but like I feel like
it feels a little like
I just feel like Ebor's internal monologue is like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. My gosh, she's touching me. I
I,
I agree with Ichen's timeline.
I also think because you remember the 300G where it's like Weibo like messaged like Xiaozhan like hi
Oh,
I am
Xiaozhan.
Weibo, and then like I don't think Xiaozhan responded, so I kind of go with that timeline, like where he like attempted to make contact but it did not actually work.
Mm. yeah. I guess about this like breakup in 2019 rumor, I think I did see a couple floating around. I mean, my views on this is any relationship will have its ups and downs. So I think, I mean, I could believe it if things got, really hectic or really hard for them and they weren't really, like, their relationship wasn't really stable yet. I could see them briefly splitting up and then getting back together.
Have any of you guys heard of that? Because I actually haven't heard of it, and I can't think of like when exactly that would fit in because like there's like, multiple occasions of them throughout the. Oh my god, I can hear it a big echo, but there's like multiple occasions of them like interacting throughout the end of 2019 still. So like I don't know when that would slot
Yeah,
in.
I think it would have been like early 2019 if this was true.
I've heard
Go ahead,
this rumor,
Steph.
but I don't remember the details. But I think it fits in like somewhere before like June, July, like before like they started promoting the show together. But I don't really believe this rumor. So
I believe that maybe they got distant at some point, or like they got very busy and stuff, because Xiao Zhang was also, having that lawsuit with YGGWA, so perhaps that too. But like when they were so excited when they went to the studio to record Wuji, right? So I don't know. I don't think that would be like the reaction of people who had broken up. I feel like they would be more awkward or something, but they weren't. So I'm like, perhaps they decided to take a time or something, but I don't think they completely or like had a bad breakup or anything in between among those months. I don't know.
Any other timeline thoughts you want to contribute? I know there's also,
Japan trip.
there's the Japan trip stuff.
The I miss you cat.
the same
miss
hat.
you.
On
Oh,
Thursday.
that's so cute. That was adorable.
The way that he wore it, just like at the perfect time when it was like from the beginning of Shadow's to the end, and like after that he stopped wearing it. Apparently, that's so funny.
He's so obvious.
It also adds to my belief that they each have a solo fan account for the other person. So like Xiaozhen has like a Moto JJ or Moto Gege account where he follows all the big fan sites, and Yibo knows that, so he knows that he would have seen the pics of him on the airport wearing that hat. That's my personal CPN.
I like to imagine them fighting like aunties, like Shajan seeing his solo fans like talking bad about Ibo and he's like, you're wrong, and starts fighting. I don't know.
I think
I think
Shadow would be very respectful. Like I think you're incorrect. Like if you like look at his moments on these shows. But then like why? Would just be like shut up. You don't know shit.
No, but also he's really shady though. he was shady pretty. I don't know. I don't know what he would respond like now, but like
Oh, someone else just put details of their first meeting, which I think I kind of already answered, since I think that was just Tianjin Xiangshang in 2017. And I don't really think
isn't it a canola field that they were in?
the what?
The flowers, are they canola flowers? I read somewhere that they were, but I don't really know what they look like. So
Like the flower field.
Yeah, I think they're canola flowers. Apparently, the canola flower fields are pretty commonly seen in China because in the spring, early spring, a lot of BXGs on Weibo were sharing pics of them passing by canola flower fields. And it's also a pun, which I did not know until recently, because canola flowers in Chinese is 油菜花, and then to say someone is talented, you say 有才华. So it was like a pun. That's why they were in the flower field.
I just really like the rumor / CPN that Ibo got 大老师 to get Shajan's WeChat, and then from 300G being like, just say, I am Ibo. I don't know what he expected Shajan to reply with. How do you continue on from that? But like it just it feels so real. It's something he would do.
Sojin probably responded with like an emoji and then just moved on. I guess speaking of rumors, before we get into rumors and candies, someone asked, I love seeing Didi's alter persona as a pig, but why is Didi called a pig? I understand about lion and now panther, but pig question mark? Who started calling him that?
I
Is this
don't.
from when he was doing that little segment for when he was auditioning as a Team Yizhan host? And he was in that like cabbage patch, and then there was like
Why
that
is it a
cabbage
pig?
wrap, and then it was like, why is it a pig? Is that what it's from? I actually don't know.
I don't know either, but I just feel like sometimes he has like really natural cuteness, and it just resembles like a little piggy so much. I don't know the lore for like why he's a pig. Maybe Ichen's right.
I also don't. I'm just realizing I don't know the lore for why he's a lion either.
He's a Leo.
Yeah, isn't that there's a zodiac?
Oh, oh my
Oh no.
I never
Rip.
think about their zodiacs. I think because in my head, Yibo, I only think of him with his Chinese zodiac because of the ox. So ox necklace. So I guess in my head, I just never thought about their like west. I don't know the name Western zodiacs. Um. Okay, I guess getting into the next question, which is about rumors. So someone asked, "Do you believe all the rumors?"
Like I don't.
Well, you may have seen me watching some rumors recently, so the answer from me is no.
Yeah, it just depends like on how the rumor is presented and what other facts I know. And just like some it really feels like a fan fiction. It's just so out of character and you're like, I know someone definitely made this up, but there's some that you're just like, okay, that sounds really legit. Like the red green rumors, just either like OP is either like a really good writer and knows their personality like on point, or they're actually someone that's around Gogo Didi a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I didn't really believe many rumors at some point. Well, in the beginnings, right? But then they got confirmed one after another, and like, so now like I don't even bother. Like, I don't even bother to watch that much because it could be
If it's from
it's like
yeah,
sometimes it sounds like so crazy, but it actually happens. So like, uh, just I've given up.
just believe what you want to believe. It's all like we will never really know at the end of the day.
Say,
Um,
oh, that's true. That's true.
but what was I gonna say? The ones that sound like the most ridiculous and like barely understandable, those ones I'm like, okay, I feel like that's real because from the behind the scenes, the BTS clips we've got, they're just some of their conversations are so nonsensical. They're on like a different wavelength, but the same wavelength with each other. And we just normal people like us won't ever understand snippets of their conversations from the rumors we see. So when I see a rumor that I'm like, what on earth are they talking about? I'm like, this is probably real.
I think for me, there's a believability scale of fake rumors, and like probably 90% of them I just read as, enjoyable fanfic. And I'm a little bit wary of fake rumors that get presented as true, kind of like that, you know, Moto JJ spotted them in Hongdae with a drone, because I think they really easily mislead people, and people, like I saw people thinking that there was drone footage out there that people had seen, and that's why, like, that's where this rumor came from. So those I'm a bit wary of, but the other fake rumors submitters that reappear really often, so like red green, I don't know. In the end, I remind myself it's still, a fake rumor that is made up that we have no evidence of, but I kind of err on the side of, in my own head, thinking that red green is on the side of truth, like more true than other fake rumors. Um, Also related to fake rumors, someone asked, what is the most outrageous rumor you've heard, washed or unwashed? And then relatedly, someone else, uh, uh,
Are there any other rumor house submitters that you really believe or you think are more legitimate than others?
I can't really
honestly, at this
remember.
point, I think it's just red green for me. There was another rumor submitter that used the like green notebook and red crayon, and those always seemed like they were making those or they were writing those rumors as transcripts from BTS. So those I was also like a little like at, but I don't think I've ever seen a video that matched up with one of those submissions. So now I'm a little bit more wary of those.
I can't think of anyone that's like a recurring submitter that really stands out to me. But I have like red green braid rot, so red green
Yeah.
circle. Yeah. As
Someone
for
else.
a really
Go ahead.
outrageous rumor, or did someone else want to say something?
So just adding on. So someone asked, what is the most outrageous rumor, flat out, washed or unwashed? And then someone else asked, what is the most outrageous rumor you've heard that turned out to be true?
Washed or unwashed? Okay, I can think of one, but hang on, sorry.
All right. I can think of one really outrageous one that, I mean, I don't think it was like washed per se, but I feel like most people decided that it was fake, which is those assistant fanfic rumors that were floating around.
Yeah, that was
That
very
one
good.
That one
is pretty
Oh,
ridiculous to me.
yeah. Oh, okay. I wanted to say the most outrageous one for me was the Genko for that Xiaojiang was making bracelets with us. That was like so weird.
I hadn't even heard of that one, but I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
For an outrageous one that turned out to be true, I feel like I remember seeing that list of original 49 rumors that came out, a lot of it describing their behavior on set, and this was before the flood of BTS came out late last year, and a lot of it was about Yibo like constantly nagging at Xiaojian to eat on set, and the two of them like constantly hitting each other, or like the two of them just basically being stuck together. And a lot of those I was like, oh, that looks pretty fake, or like especially the ones about like Wang Yibo chasing after Xiaojian for him to like eat. I was like, that just doesn't seem like normal co-star behavior, but I was wrong. That turned out to be real.
Okay, so the outrageous one rumor is, so on Douyin, there's people who like they just talk about like rumors in CN, and there was this one time, this really ridiculous rumor. It involves like the mafia and stuff. It was really crazy, and it ended up with like,
The hearts.
yeah, you were like dancing on a bridge doing bigger hearts, and there was also like smashing his red me phone.
Oh my
It was
god.
just crazy. I can't even remember it, but it's just ridiculous. But yeah, that was one of the most outrageous ones I've heard. And yeah.
Yeah. Someone asked, how about the rumor they've moved in together? This rumor has been around as early as late 2018 / early 2019. Ooh, I feel like late 2018 seems really outrageous, but
Yeah, that's like very fast. I believe they're living together now, but I don't really know when it would have happened. But yeah. Actually, I believe the rumor that they were quarantining together last year because of the date.
suspicious 天天向上 episodes.
Just so
So
suspicious. Like, just who was in his house with him when people weren't able to go outside? Like, who would have been there? Who else?
Who fed him during quarantine?
Who made the Yiki crew? Like I really need to ask that.
Obviously, only one person.
Also related to fake rumors, do you think Gaga Didi submit rumors to the rumor houses, and if so, which ones?
Not by
Oh, I remember.
themselves.
I remember there was a couple rumors a while back where it was the screenshot of the text was on black background, and the use of emojis was super super weird. And then the way the submitter wrote about the screenshot made it sound like someone else asked them to submit it for them. And so people in the comments were basically just like guessing like, oh, is this submitted by Gaga? Like, did he ask his assistant to submit these rumors for him?
I
But
remember
I think that's
this.
just like fun to think about and not something I take as real. For me, because I have red green circle submitter brain rot, and just for my, peace of mind, I want to believe that, Didi knows about the submissions and that he approves them before they go out. Just because it sucks for me to imagine that, like, in the world where these are completely true, but he doesn't know that they're being submitted, that kind of
Yeah.
that kind of hurts me. So for my own peace of mind, I'm like, if these are true, I think that Didi like approves them before they get submitted.
About the black background one, I don't remember what the rumor was, but I just remember like everyone CPNing that like, oh, it's Gaga. And didn't that person have like 2 SIM cards? Wasn't that?
Yes.
Am I? Oh no, wait. Am
Wait.
I remembering wrong? Am I confusing Gaga's actual post?
I remember this thing about the 2 SIM cards, but I don't remember.
I might
I
be
feel like
confusing.
maybe.
Just forget what I said. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
If that submitter pops up again, we'll re-have this conversation. More just kind of speculation. How do you think their parents were told / found out, and do you think their family is on board?
I think both their families are on board. Just because if they're not, I'll be so sad. But I do think so. Just because there's no like concrete evidence or anything, but it's just like rumors and stuff that make me go like, oh,
There's the like
Chinese
the
New Year.
ma stuff, like Woma versus like
Yeah, that one. And just then when he was on CCTV for New Year's, and he mentioned that there was a rumor that both their parents had come to visit them, but like, and then he confirmed that his parents were there with him. I don't know, for other people that might be like, oh, whatever, but like for me, it kind of confirmed the rumor. So just thinking, and the cola chicken, isn't that something that only Xiaojia, I can't remember CPN, don't worry. I've just heard like many rumors about like their parents being with them, so I like to think that they are supportive. Whether or not they were initially, I don't know, but like now, probably, definitely.
It's also been a long time by now, so yeah, I think if they really are together, then their parents would know at this point. It really has been a long time by now.
Yep, I think I'm a big fan of the people saying ma versus 我妈, especially because a lot of married turtles confirm that this is how they refer to their parents-in-law. So, yeah, I hope that their parents are supportive, and I mean, I feel like in terms of how they would have found out, probably they would have just told them. I hope. I think. Especially given Yibo's personality, I feel like he's someone that very much, once he's decided about something, that's like kind of it for him, and
Well, I decided at
he tries to be
21.
very, yes, exactly, and he tries to be very like honest about his feelings towards things. And I remember Selgan saying in interviews before that when he was younger, he like fought with his parents a lot. So I just think they're both the personalities where they wouldn't.
They wouldn't hide it for long.
Yeah.
I think they would have told their parents like early on, even like very early. Maybe after the Japan trip, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right?
Yeah. I mean,
They
also my
just
thoughts
seem
on
like the
this.
kind of sons to do that.
Also, just my thoughts on this are like, maybe projection, for myself as someone not yet out to my parents. I'm just like, oh, I hope that they are. Yeah. What else? More on candies and rumors. What is your favorite candy/rumor of the month?
Of the
Thoughts on Yibo
month?
official
Oh wait, of the
posting
month,
Tracer
like this month?
85 photos on 520, and your favorite yizhan fix, any dynamic.
So favorite rumor of the month, the 520, 521 was really good, especially like not even because they posted like a day apart, but because like that thing where 520 is the like confession and then like 521 is the reply. It's just I don't know, it's just so perfect.
That one's probably also my favorite. I feel like we didn't really get that many like big
Not this month.
candies or fake rumors of this month.
I think we didn't even get the red and green circle this month yet.
Mm-mm.
Hopefully soon, but not yet. But like if like in the span of the month, I think I also like the umbrella thing. I really like the Wuyan Tian thing. The one the Yubo official started posting, but then like as soon as a dream that thing stopped, they stopped too. I really like I hang on to that a lot. Like that kind
The
of thing is
Monday
good.
post.
Yeah, the Monday post that they stopped after 3 minutes.
Oh,
That one was really that was
it was
I don't know.
sus.
It was very sad to me at least.
I
I
agree.
really like it because it kind of showed that he wasn't there, but that's how he showed the support. Little by little from rehearsal until the day, until the end of it. So I think that was very sweet of him, of people.
Favorite fix. I've mainly been reading Chinese fics recently, so I don't think my recommendations here will be very helpful for most people.
Let me check my bookmarks. I can't remember. Because there's just lots of good fics in the fandom, so there's a lot that I like. Um, oh, during Street Days of China, there was this anonymous fic writer that had this series, and
So good.
I just think it's so good, and I hope they come back for this season. They were just like really sweet, like fics. I liked that series. I
I wish
recommend.
AO3 would let you subscribe to anonymous submitters. Because you can like de-anonymize your fics, right?
Yeah.
So that means they are still tied to your user ID. So they should still be able to let you subscribe to the quote unquote anonymous author. Mm, yeah, I have not read any English Yigen fic recently. My to read list is very, very long.
Who?
Everyone should read As You Wish if you haven't.
Oh,
Hello?
someone's
Uh,
background noise.
can I ask about an old rumor here?
Oh yes, go ahead.
Do you guys know about the ring that Shozan wears on our song?
The Ring.
The
The
ring.
very
Oh, I think
ridiculously
we talked about
expensive
this last
ring,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, the crown ring.
Yes.
Some rumors say that it was a gift from Yibo, but I can't
Yeah, I
find the
remember
brand. I tried to find it, but it seems
no one
like
was
there's
able to find the brand.
yes, there's no brand. I tried to search on
Yeah.
Tiffany, on Cartier. There's no, there's none that has the same design as Xiaozhan ring. So do you
Yeah, I
know?
think that fueled the rumors actually that it was a gift from Yibo. I think the most detailed variant of this rumor that I saw was that Yibo had the ring custom made while he was abroad
Yeah, in London, I think.
in London,
Yeah.
and he had it made. He had it custom made by some jewelry designer there.
Oh.
And that is why there's no brand for it. And apparently the ring is like very, very expensive.
Yeah.
So normally for like super expensive pieces like that, for example, like the really expensive Tiffany brooch that Xiaozhen wore to Tencent, the brand will come forward and claim it, to like have the marketing for the brand. So the fact that there was a super expensive, super flashy ring that there was no obvious brand for, I think that just like fueled a lot of the fake rumors. But we'll never get any proof.
Yes. They say it's 6 digit. The price is 6 digit. I don't know.
Six digit in USD, I think.
Maybe.
Because we were talking about SDC earlier, someone asked, do you think Xiaozhan visited the Street Dance of China set? I think
Yes.
yes for me.
Yes.
Yes.
Like
That's a yes.
everything just leads to him being
Being
there.
there, like
Especially
especially
after
after
he
he
dropped the
dropped the
Shanghai vlog.
Shanghai vlog.
The
The
vlog.
vlog.
Going around. That was like that confirmed it for me, I think.
And then like Xiaoqi following, unfollowing Xiaozhan's studio.
Yizhan also when he followed Xiaozhan like a week after.
That, yes. That too. Oh my god.
I do believe.
So yeah,
mm,
he definitely
Umbrella Gate.
this was.
Umbrella Gate.
I guess this relates to that discussion. Someone said, I'd like to hear various unsubstantiated CP headcanons, something we'll never know for sure, but in your heart you know it's true. An example from me, I know, quote unquote, I know. Wang Yinbo said, I love you, crazy, inappropriately early. Those times he yelled it were joking, but also 100% sincere. At those times he yelled it, Xiaozhen had not returned the sentiment. It took Xiaozhen a while to say it, and Wang Yinbo cried when he did. I don't know if I have any like super specific CPNs like this. I think mine are mainly like the CPNs that I believe in my heart. Like my heart wants to believe it's true, even though my head is like, these are all fake rumors. One is, as previously discussed, that they quarantined together. Two is that Xiaozhan visited the Street Dance of China set. And three is like red-green rumors, 是真的.
Evil's really sus flights to Shanghai during Xiaozhan's Oath of Love filming. That one gets me. Like, it's just so close to where Xiaozhan was filming. I don't know. Like, why did he have to do that? It was just an unnecessary flight to Shanghai when he could have just flown like directly from Beijing to Changsha, and then he stopped once Xiaozhan finished filming. It's just so suspicious.
Let's see. Oh, under my tweet, someone added, Xiaozhen had said in an interview that he wants to travel with a friend along with his parents to Europe. Plus, there's more on the theory about the parents knowing about them.
Oh wow, that's super specific.
I remember that he said like singular friend and not plural. That was
But Chinese doesn't have plural nouns.
Oh,
There's no like s marking plural, so 朋友 could be one friend.
But
And 朋友 could also be multiple friends.
yeah, but he said that he wanted to go with his parents and friends. So who goes with their parents and friends? Yeah, I think that's too specific, like a really, really, really close friend and not just a couple of friends because it's kind of awkward, right? If you travel a long way with your parents and a lot of friends. I don't know. I just think it sounds awkward. So it is, I don't know. It is more likely that he was referring to just one friend.
Yeah, I would have to see the original wording to be sure. Because sometimes another thing I'm worrying about when I see things for the first time in English is multiple times it's been the
Oh
case
yeah.
where I'll look at the original Chinese and I'm like, oh, this was kind of misinterpreted slash mistranslated. So I would have to see the original. Yeah, I don't know where this is from actually. Does anyone know?
It
No,
was in
I don't remember.
2019. I think it was the interview he was doing. Someone corrects me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the interview where he was in Milan for Gucci. It was one of those interviews, unless I'm remembering wrong, and it's a Jade Dynasty interview. It was definitely 2019 though, but my memory is bad. Okay, I think someone told me it might have been a Jade Dynasty interview.
Okay.
We can look on it
Yeah.
later on. We'll try to find it.
Okay, switching gears a little bit. Someone asked, why don't they interact anymore? What are their chances that they will interact again in public? And, ooh, getting spicy. Who is the main celebrity behind 227? There must be someone who paid these antis. And someone else also asked, there was a rumor that companies are trying to get them to work together again, but it's not super likely.
I
Do you
just saw
think
those
they'll ever
melons this
cooperate
morning.
again? Yeah, I think I saw one of those like Twitter melon accounts post that.
I was melon reading on Weibo and I saw it. These are such controversial questions. Where to begin? I think although it's like sad that they're not really interacting publicly anymore, I don't think it means that the relationship is bad. It's just like I think it's a
Yeah.
personal choice and they just like
It's impossible for them to interact anymore without like even like the idea like even like our CPN like causes like fights and like people like fighting with the companies that sponsor them. Like, do you think they're gonna interact publicly? I really don't think it's gonna happen for like a long time.
And people are gonna accuse them of like you're just like trying to sell the CP and make money, like it's not real, blah 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 blah. So I do think it is possible for them to interact in the future if they want to, but don't be too sad if it's not anytime soon. That's my answer.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I think as well. I think right now the CP is still hot enough and enough of a contention with their solo fan bases that if they do interact, the attention is going to be drawn to like the CP itself. You know, like not their relationship, but the CP itself as like a fandom phenomenon slash marketable entity instead of whatever works that they're currently promoting. So I think it makes sense to me that they're trying to refrain from publicly interacting in the near future. Yeah, I don't know if we want to discuss about 227.
I don't
Let's
really
not do that.
Let's next question.
Yeah, I think what I will say is it's just a really complicated issue, and there's nothing that we personally can know for sure, about the driving forces. So I don't think any of us can really offer an answer to like, oh, this is the evil villain like Voldemort.
It's
That was
definitely bigger than one person though. Like let's wait for the lawyer to do the job and see them all get sued. Like this is
Yeah, I think on this issue we have to trust that like Xiaozhan knows what he's doing and that he has a plan for kind of continuing to handle the situation. I look forward to the lawsuits. I will say that. Moving on to happier questions. Someone asked, can you talk about the engagement rumors? I feel like I've heard so many variants of engagement rumors,
There's a
you
lot of
guys.
engagement rumors. There's a lot of it. I think I know at least 3 of them. Maybe they got engaged 3 times. I'm not sure.
I think
at least they got engaged. I mean, the one I heard, like they got engaged January 2020. That's one at that
There
time.
was one
I
from
think
last year.
Someone said it
I
was
know there was one.
622.
Yeah, there was
6/22.
one about last year's summer. 6/22 is also the general, like, one of the CPN dates of when they got together, like 6/22, 2018. And I know there was engagement rumors or like a commitment ceremony or something when the actor of Lantier posted that little prince enamel pin that looked
The
very much like something you'd get, as a wedding favor or something.
yeah, the intimate dinner rumor.
There's just
Was
so
that the
many.
being a hero one, or is that
Oh
another
yeah,
one?
that rumor, wasn't it like they like Xiaozhan's parents were there,
Yeah,
Bin
and
Hai was there.
I mean, surely he'd be invited, but we don't know about that one. But that was also fun, especially the part where their parents were there, and there were like tears and all. I think, yeah, there's a lot of engagement. Just know that they're married already.
Yeah. Believe what you want to believe. We won't
Yeah,
know.
really. Yeah, open
Like
book.
There's it. There's even a rumor about legal guardianship.
the sorry, the
That
what?
somehow legal guardianship. Somehow they agreed on apa transferring their legal guardianship paper.
I
I
vaguely
hadn't
remember
heard of that
this,
one.
but I don't
Oh,
remember
interesting.
much.
I don't know about guardianship paper, but I've heard of the rumor that they're actually each other's emergency contact. Like
Yeah,
I
that's the
I
one I was thinking of.
yeah, like I'm not sure
Yeah,
exactly, but
that one.
It sounds possible. Like it makes
it does.
sense.
Yeah, plus it's like so sweet that they have that. I mean, it does mean they really rely on each other. It's so important. Like having someone as an emergency contact, like that's big. And for me, in terms of it, that's like even bigger than just marriage. So, like I said, they're married, even though it's not on paper or whatever.
They act married. um,
Okay, kind of related to the realm of candies and rumors. Someone asked, one, why do other people try so hard to wash candies? And two, might we know some candies that are unable to be washed?
when they mean
I'm
people
trying to
who
decide
wash
if
candies, is it
I'm
like
trying to decide if they mean like me gently rinsing candies or like solos trying to wash.
we can address both?
I think okay, I will just say like for me when I rinse candies,
They're
I mean,
comforting.
I'm never trying to spoil other people's fun. And at the end of the day, we're here for a good time. Believe your own CPNs as you wish. But I just think it's a little bit scary to me when fans treat sources of information that we'll never know if it's legitimate or not as a source of truth. I think there's just a lot of like really bad things that can come from that as well. So just, when consuming, this also applies to melons also, just when consuming your CPNs and your melons, just keep in mind that at the end of the day, we're never quite sure about the credibility of anything on the internet.
I really dislike those melon accounts on Twitter.
Yeah, when they ban the Weibo melon fields over.
When they said Xiaotan takes naps at from 7 to 8.
Oh, I was like thinking, oh, that's the usual time to nap. I think I don't know whether he does it really work, but that makes sense to me. It's so ridiculous that they say stuff like that, but then like people they make a huge issue over it, especially like when they say good stuff about Xiaojan, but then like the melons about Ibo isn't always good, the one they brought. So like you kind of know they're on to something there, especially lately, especially.
Yeah, I guess about why solos try to wash. I mean, that's pretty self-evident if they're the kind that's very anti-CPF and they just don't want it to be Shijinda. Then, of course they want to see that evidence.
Yes, but when they wash, then they just make me believe even more.
to be honest, because their washes are so ridiculous.
That's
Yeah,
true.
the entire saga about the cold brew green tea was pretty funny in hindsight. Also, candies that they are unable to wash. I feel like that's just the BTS footage.
Some of them, okay, but I've seen solos be like them in the BTS is like they're either acting or like I don't know, they secretly hate each other. Solos can be really ridiculous sometimes. Just the reaches to wash.
It's the wafin, WFN.
No, but like the one about Tense and Night that they hated each other, that Ebo hated Xiaotan back then. I'm like, how can you say that? He was like trying to get the closest possible to him, and like, oh my god, that's just so ridiculous, honestly.
I feel like it's ridiculous because they kind of like they're bad mouthing their own faith. Like you're saying he's a fake and all, and I feel like that's just like they're reaching so hard that they're willing to like just make him sound like a bad person.
Exactly.
Like that's so no for me.
Another unwashable one for me, I feel like you can't wash the the SDC hot pot. Like my friend from a drama crew taught me.
Didn't they like try to go through all of his other coworkers to find
Yes.
someone else from Chongqing?
When somebody tried to say that it was Dao Yin, she's not
She's
even
not
from
even
the area. Like that was so ridiculous. Now they hate her, of course, but like,
Yeah, now they hate her, but not then. I think they also like they tried to say it was Jilly also.
as if it was him.
I mean, can Jilly change Ibo's palette? Like, would he change for Jilly? I'm not sure he would.
Kind of on this line of thought, are there any rumors that you guys think this certain rumor might be legit? I have a hunch this is legit, and not as much as I love this rumor, it's just too good to be true. Okay, I think for me, the certain rumor that might be legit, that I have a hunch is legit, is the one about them moving into the same apartment complex together. I think that one was an earlier rumor, and then there was a more recent one that they, bought a house together and were like decorating and renovating that house together for them to move into in Beijing. So that's one that's like there is no evidential basis for this, but in my heart I'm like, I just feel like when you're in a really stable, solid, happy relationship, like why wouldn't this be true? And then
It gets to the point where it's just logical for them to do that. So you just like in your heart you believe it.
it's like in your heart, if you believe Shijenda, then a lot of the rumors you're like, oh well, that makes sense. Of course, it's also real.
Yeah, like I mean, exactly. It's just like it's the right way to go when you think it's shouldn't since back then. So like they're at that stage to have all those things happening.
And then for stuff that's like, as much as I love this rumor, it's just too good to be true. I feel like a lot of the rumors about them meeting up super, super frequently, I'm like, as much as I love this, I think it's too good to be true. Like, there was one super recently that Yibo went to Shanghai, right? And then there was a fake rumor that he immediately went to Hengdian, and then that MTJJ like spotted them on the street holding hands, and he like made eye contact with her, like spotted her, and like raised their held hands up in the air a little aggressively. And I was like, as much as I love this, I just don't think it's true.
I haven't heard that one, but that's so funny.
It's a very recent fake rumor that I was like, I am not translating this.
Um, yeah. About the unwashable candy, I think there's this live stream that Lao show doing. And he said something like he knows a Didi who finally got together during Valentine in quarantine, and said something about recycled song in Happy Camp. Did you guys remember that?
I know what you're talking about. I
And
just
before that live stream, Didi Weibo account actually updated with SpongeBob and Patrick with Ebo yizhan time.
I have no memory of this.
so I feel like I know what she's talking about. The last, so what you're talking about is last year, like during 520, Dalao Shi did a live stream and he mentioned he had two friends that were meeting up or something.
Yes, that's it. And
Yeah, that one. I remember this. I feel like I've mentioned this to other people and they've watched it, but I can't remember the watch.
I think I actually saved it, but I don't know if I still got it in my bookmark where Dalosha really said it. I think it's on Cynthia Way YouTube channel, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember where it is.
Someone else just asked, everyone says that we're waiting to 2026 to see if they're real. Do you think they know about this year? And what if they don't confirm by that year? Will the CP super topic close or something?
I don't think it will close. That's a bit drastic. But I don't know. Maybe they know about it.
I
I
think
feel
it's
like
widespread
they
enough that
must
they would
have,
know. But like,
yeah, they must have teams monitoring.
yeah, but I don't think it's like there's anything special really about that year. I'm sorry. And like, it's just, just a year that we chose, I guess.
I think it's a year that's become more of an internal like meme more than anything. It's like something that C fans will kind of meme about, like it's not 2026 yet. Why are you being so obvious?
Yeah, because we don't know what's gonna happen then, right? So it's just fun. It's just fun. It's just fun.
And it's also, I think, I mean, no one knows how long anyone really will stay in a particular fandom. Like, we don't know how active the fandom even will be in 2026. But definitely, I feel like, at the maybe like by the last day of 2026, if neither of them have officially announced like a relationship, just the lack of an announcement will be enough for like diehard CP fans to be like, ah, Shinjinda. What else? Okay. Looking at some of the Twitter comments, this one, remember when Yibo went to that one art exhibition, but it was Xiaozhen, who he knows, that wanted to see the art exhibition. Oh, this is when he was in London and he went to see the Van Gogh paintings.
I love that so much.
I
It's
love
so
that.
sweet.
And there was a motorcycle exhibition too happening at the same time, right? But then he went to the art one. Like, oh, Ibo, that one was. He's such a good friend, you know.
It was just so sweet.
And like Xiaozhan saying he had a friend who took pictures and showed him.
Mm-hmm. Someone found the Milan interview. Thank you. So looking at the Chinese subs here, what Xiaozhen said was, if he had 7 days of vacation, he would take his parents and friend and together to go travel. And the way this is phrased, it's not clear whether that friend is singular or plural, but it is strange that it's like my parents plus friend, possibly plural. Okay, I agree. That's a bit sus. That
How
can
many?
say, if I had 7 days vacation, I would go travel with my parents plus a friend.
Like usually it's either one. You won't take both at the same time, but sus goes into the sus folder right there.
Yeah, and someone told me listening that he could have said, so in Chinese, the way that plural nouns work is a bit odd. Sometimes you can add on a men so instead of 朋友, you can say 朋友们 to indicate plural. But I do think in the way that this was specifically phrased, adding the men sounds a bit odd. So I will still say that it's not clear if that's a singular friend or plural, but in either case, it's weird that he thought of vacation with his family and then tacked on friend as well. What else? Oh, I saw someone talking about. Someone recently said that solos have a lot of real candy, but will never let us hear of them because they don't want to tell us, which reminds them of the 3 hours rumor. I think the 3 hours rumor falls in the camp of this is too good to be true. For those that don't know, it's a rumor that's been floating around in fandom for a long time. It's referred to as 3 hours cold underground garage. And it's just a rumor that at some point in time, a solo fan spotted them like hugging or something in an underground garage and then proceeded to cry for 3 hours about it. Like, that's the rumor.
Something about he hasn't even grown a beard.
The copy pasta.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Yeah, I think that's one of those like meme-y rumors that get spread around. Okay, going through kind of the rest of the Google form submissions. Someone just left a comment. The Goody D being chaotic AF around their bandmates and each other, but somehow there's a different kind of energy between the two. Or
I
maybe
agree.
I'm just a Lulu, but cry.
No, I totally agree. Like, when I don't know X9 that well, so I'll speak as a unicorn, but when Evil's with his bandmates, it's like he's this kind of chaotic where you're the youngest in a family. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know how to put it into words, but it's so different from the way he's chaotic with Xiaozhan.
I just think it really gets me the way when they're on Tianjin Xiangshang together. And like the Tianjin Xiangshang bros are someone that are people that Yibo is like decently close to, right? But even they were like, oh, Yibo just like doesn't talk a lot. Like Xiaojuan was saying, oh, when I first met Yibo, I'd heard that he didn't talk a lot. And then one of the Tianjin Xiangshang bros were like, oh, and then you found out he really doesn't talk, right? But Xiaojuan's response was, no, he talks so much.
That moment is just one of my favorites. It's so good.
It's so good.
He's like one of the very few people in this world that can say, why you will talk so much?
Oh, and that one interview when he said that he was more clingy than Jangwoo.
I love that one too.
That was my favorite.
Also, I know that Ego is close with people, right? But I also have never seen him trying to take care of them the way that he tried to take care of Xiao Zhan, who was even older than him, right? Like trying to feed him, trying to convince him to do things, right?
That also gets me because he's not like that with his bedmates. It's for me, it's so clearly different, and that's why the wontons. It's one of my favorite like BTS clips.
Yeah, like, can you imagine doing that to any of his other friends? Like, no, that's something that I couldn't see him doing to like saying those things, saying them to anybody else. I just cannot picture that. Like, we know he's also close with Yizhan, for example, and like I cannot imagine him like screaming "Didi I me," like yeah, those things. Yeah, he's different.
I feel like we talk a lot about Yibo's double standards, but what actually gets me more is Xiaozhan's double
Okay,
standards.
about Xiao Zhan, I feel like he's not shy with anybody, but like he is with Evil. And yeah, because he doesn't have that awkward energy. No, I don't know, like that sort of tension he only has with Evil. I didn't see it with his bandmates from X9 at all. He's like, I don't know, he has a different energy with them. And even when they were doing, fan service and stuff, he was so professional about it. He was like, just, you could see that he was in for the job. And like, he was chill about it. But when he had to do anything with Evil, he was like, yeah, he didn't want to do certain things. It was weird. He gave off this different energy and tension.
Like when he does staring competitions with Evil and they just like crack up into laughter. When with X9 he was like a pro at the staring contest. Oh, not the staring contest, but the no laughing contest. Whatever
I
it
remember
was.
that. I remember when you have to make eye contact to not laugh.
No, and every time they're playing, I feel like he's in to win, and he's like talking about strategies and like I don't know, he wants to win, even if it's for fan service reasons. And meanwhile, with Evil, he was just like brain empty.
I think what gets me is more than even any of that is how Xiaozhan lets himself be rude to Yibo. Like I think Xiaozhan is someone that's very professional and he knows how to kind of control this outward image that he presents to other people and generally with his coworkers. Like you could see this when he was doing some of those promo stuff for Dolo Continent with his coworkers. Like he'll joke around, but he's still very professional and just very like all around nice, you know. But with Yibo, he's rude and he'll he'll like act cute. Like that freaking wontons video where he he was like,
spoiled.
I want wontons. And
It's
then
like he's so spoiled when he talks like that. I just
Also,
it's
someone
like hmm? I think he's kind of rude to with the X9 members. He's not that
But
respectful either. He has moments where he's very rude. Hmm?
the energies are different between him
Yeah,
and
yeah. The energy is different. The energy is totally different. But like, yeah, he's not that polite to people he's close with. He's really close with.
I just think the way that he feels safe enough to like ask people for things really gets me.
That I have never seen. Oh, why? Sort of. I'm not talking about this. Bye. I was already cancelled once. Bye.
what?
No, like he's acted as spoiled before, but like I feel like I don't know. He was just playing around. Meanwhile, with Evo, it has a different energy.
Someone
And also
asked
the way
me.
that
Oh
he
my god.
lets people do things for him. I still can't get over like there was that BTS where Xiaozhan's stomach was hurting and Yibo just reaches out to like pinch at a certain point on the nape of his neck because he apparently it's like a known thing that is like a acupuncture point or something that helps your stomach feel better. And Xiaojun just lets Yibo do that to him. And then he lets Yibo tell him stuff like, "Oh, if your stomach hurts, then you shouldn't be blowing cold air on yourself." And he like took away Xiaojun's little fan. Just like small moments like that where the kind of allowances you give someone around you, I think says a lot about the relationship.
Just back to the 2026 thing. Someone asked me like, why is that a thing? Like, how was 2026 chosen?
From what I know, it's because they both specified uh,
you said before
see the echo. I don't know where that's coming from.
uh Xiaozhan said he wants to get married at 35 by 35 and Yibo said he wants to get married before 30 and because of that time 2026 made sense because by 2026 Xiaozhan will be 35 so
Yeah, basically, yeah, it comes from them specifying their like ideal age to be married by.
yeah Yibo will be 29 and Xiaozhan will be 35 so 2026 that's how we got that thing going. They never really said 2026.
Um, oh, bit of a review. So someone else just put in the Google form thoughts on Yibo spotted wearing the same cap over and over again for several days when Xiaozhan was in Japan for holiday. So yes, we discussed this a bit earlier, but he did indeed wear a cap saying "I miss you" in all his airport shots during the 7 days when Xiaozhan was in Japan.
Worth noting that he also wore that during the opening ceremony of the
Mm-hmm.
game. Yeah, just for added stuff. Anyway, Jacinta.
It's just, it's so dramatic. I love it. They're both so
I feel
dramatic.
like if someone wrote that into a novel, like, oh, my boyfriend went abroad. And so for all the time that he was abroad, I wore a cap that said "I miss you" on it. I'd be like, what is this
I'd be like,
reading
ew.
lessons? Get it away
I
from
would
me.
I would not pick a novel.
I know, right?
But it
But then it
happened.
happens.
Yeah. it happened for real. Like it did happen. So all those cringeworthy novels.
Back on some rumors, someone asked, did they really adopt a dog? There was a rumor that they did. I feel like fans love this rumor, but this is one of the ones for me where it's like it's too good to be true.
Also, Ivo recently said that he didn't have one.
Oh, did he on Xiang?
I think he did, or unless I think he did though.
Yeah, it just feels like irresponsible partnership. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure they have resistance.
they also said that before too, that they wouldn't because they take too much work to raise.
Yeah, I feel like I saw people really liking the rumor that Xiao Zhen really wanted a dog and Yibo got a dog for him. But I mean, Xiao Zhen can't even have Jingguo with him now. Like Jingguo has to be with his parents in Chongqing, so I don't think that they would get a dog.
I miss her. I miss her too.
Please let me change your profile picture.
Your profile is cute.
Okay. Someone asked, if they are together, do you think it would be possible for them to actually announce that relationship given China's current views?
Is it possible even? I mean, perhaps on the internet. Perhaps on the internet. No, but like for real, I don't think they would. At least
I mean, maybe
I don't think.
in 10 years or something, but
I don't know. Perhaps at some point.
I also don't think so.
Um,
I think we
do
all
you want to say something?
But I mean, they wouldn't be able. Like the media wouldn't be able to report on it anyway.
That's true.
So like,
It's high risk.
and I mean,
I
they will
will
pay
say.
anyway.
Go ahead.
Hmm?
Okay, I'm gonna mute you briefly
Okay.
because of the echo. Sorry. I will say that I think it's gotten like Chinese views on like same-sex relationships are a lot better than what people assume. I think there is a lot less like religious fervor that drives homophobia, which helps a lot. And recently on Weibo, the couple times where like I don't know if people remember the like He Jung video where he was walking on the street and it looked like he was holding hands with another guy. Basically everything on Weibo was super supportive. And then just a couple days prior, like for 517, I believe, where it was like International Anti-Homophobia Day, there was a lot of like very good support on Weibo. So I think things are definitely going in the right direction. And I also feel like it's a misconception that it's illegal to be gay in China. Like that is not the case. It is not illegal. There's no like legal marriage for same-sex relationships, but and I'm not going to deny that there's still probably a lot of discrimination that you'll run against if you are openly out. But at least among younger people, it's really, I feel like, the same kind of views as in more quote unquote liberal countries. And that basically, I think things are moving in the right direction. So even if currently it seems unrealistic for them to like announce a relationship and be completely okay, that doesn't mean it's not possible in the future, both for them and for other same-sex couples.
Yeah, it's just really funny when solo spread like it's like shippers are bad because if like they can't be gay, it's illegal. They're gonna go to jail. Like no, that's
Yeah,
not true.
that's so true.
It's strange.
Yeah, but I think, as you just said before, most of us don't really know how things are in China. For example, I have no idea really, because I think there's not much Chinese media like internationally. Well, I am in the other side of the world, so I didn't know. So I think that is the case for most of non-Chinese people.
um, Oh, someone just asked, can you explain the 24-hour support system that Guga posted for his 29th birthday? And Didi wore a number 29 helmet on his race. Was he really alluding to Xiaozhen's age at that time? Oh my god, this is like one of my favorite CPN/candies from last year. So to explain the 24-hour support system, basically in Guga's Weibo post for his 29th birthday, he had this line where he wrote, thank you to dad, and mom. So you would think that it would be dad and mom's like possessive S 24 support system. But the way that he wrote it was without the possessive S. So in Chinese, what you would have expected grammatically would be 妈妈爸爸的24小时. So the the acts as like a possessive S, and that was missing in the post. And so you can say that that's just him messing up a tiny bit of grammar. But in the rest of the post, like Gugu is someone that like went to university in China. He's very good, solid Chinese grammar. And in the rest of the post, he has does in all the right places. And there's like 3 different types of does in Chinese, and he used them all correctly. But in that very specific spot where you would have expected a duh to make it a possessive statement, that was missing. So instead of being like, thank you for mom and dad's 24-hour support system, what it really reads like is more, thank you to mom, comma, dad, comma, 24 support system. So thanking 3 people, one is mom, one is dad, and one is someone that he refers to as his 24-hour support. So I really love that CPN. And I feel like Gugu is someone that is like sensitive enough to how things are phrased and the minute details of Chinese grammar to be able to do that blatantly or like on purpose.
And the helmet, oh my god.
I still can't believe the helmet thing is real.
He really did that. That's just crazy.
I feel like, especially in the lead up to that race, in 2 different fan meets, he'd said stuff about like people aging, or specifically a guy getting older that like did not go with, like, he wasn't a fan meet for a skincare product, like anti-aging thing, and he said, but don't you think when guys get older they get more handsome?
He's so funny.
So it just kind of felt like, CPN in the weeks leading up to Xiaozhen's birthday, the like getting older was on Yibo's mind, and then the fact that he wore number 29 on that one day only, and then switched to the 46 helmet on the actual day of the race, I think that is like pretty sus.
Very sus.
Just
Like
Tensor 85 is
out of
such a
all the
big candy.
helmets.
Why 29?
And why
Also,
on that day?
Also, the next day when he announced, or well, he I guess he told the announcer, right, that he was wearing his lucky charm, and it was
Oh, the
literally
Gucci lion
it was a
necklace.
Gucci lion, yeah.
Yeah. Chanel boy wearing Gucci, also sus. Oh, someone just asked, and I think there's a couple other questions that kind of all round up to be, so what makes Godidi Shijinda to you? What is the candy that made you Shijinda? And then 2 other people kind of asked, how did you become a BXG? What made you love Godidi? And also relatedly, are you Shijinda?
That's
Who
a
wants
lot
to
of
go first?
questions.
It's basically all around kind of like, why are you Shijinda if you are? And is there like a specific candy that got you there?
For me, it was the Happy Camp one, the one where like Xiaozhen was like very obviously glaring. That made me go from being like, oh, I'm just shipping these 2 because they're cute to like, oh my god, this is real. Like it's a strange moment to become Shijanda, but that's what made me. And I am a like, I want to say like 100% is so definite, but I'm very like, I firmly believe that they are. And why I like them, well, individually, I think they're both really wonderful people. And they're just really talented and so dedicated to what they do. They really put their effort into everything. And I can also tell that their friend, like whatever kind of relationship they have is really like pure and they're very close, like regardless, like it just frustrates me when solos don't even acknowledge that they have some kind of close relationship, whether it's like they're dating or they're friends. I'm like, why are you denying that? Like it's very obvious to see and they're just such lovely people. I don't know. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm pretty much the same, where my shipping them is first on the basis of me really admiring them as individual human beings. Like, I think both of them have a lot of qualities that I really admire. Um, and also just their relationship, whatever nature it is, just seems like just a really good one. Like that they found someone in each other that they could be themselves with, which I think is really cool. And also I am shujinda. I really can't pinpoint the specific candy that got me there. I think maybe the Shanghai flights was like my
Same.
big like oh my god moment. I think Tracy mentioned it earlier, like during Oath of Love when people had flights that stopped over in Shanghai, and then when
For absolutely no reason.
when Xiaozhen ended filming, those flights to Shanghai stopped.
And also, when I checked, the Xiaotan's Weibo, like the way that he used to Kadian around the time. Kadian, I don't know how to say that word, I'm sorry. But like around that time, it was crazy. Like it was pretty much every post around the time when he was filming Oath of Love. Oh my god.
Ibo was like, he used to do the monthly like 20 posting on the 23rd and then he stopped, but it was really what's the word, like obvious when he was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I think it was June. I think it was the month of June, like when they started posting and the posts were like responses to each other. Yeah, that convinced me. I didn't even believe in like a whole Canadian thing. I didn't even know it was a thing. But like after that, it was, I don't know. I felt like too many coincidences had been building up to that.
Someone else asked, are Xiaozhen and Wang Yinbo the only kids in their respective families? I haven't seen any mentions of siblings.
Yeah,
I
I'm pretty
haven't either.
sure they're,
I assume they're only child.
I think they have cousins, but
Mm-hmm.
no siblings.
Ipo posted a picture with his cousin, but I don't think they have siblings.
I'm trying to decide. I can't be sure if they were both born during the period of the one-child policy in China. I feel like they might have, which would explain why they're only child. Someone asked, do turtle years have any specific date that we consider as Turtle or Bojing Xiao Day? It will be amazing if turtles all around the world could celebrate it together.
Isn't it September 5th?
Like,
Yeah.
we can all do a live stream and all turtles from all over the world would participate.
Oh my
I know
goodness.
627 is a big date, which is the anniversary of continuing broadcast.
Yeah, we have too many anniversaries. I think even the Antim first airing day is also a big day.
Yeah, so
There's
I
a lot
think,
of
yeah,
dates. There's a lot of
627
dates
seems
in
really
Bro.
big. I know recently all the fan sites have been posting their like fan support plans for 627. So I think 627 seems really, really big. And then there are also a bunch of like smaller quote unquote holidays where just basically anniversaries of stuff, like anniversaries of Thailand fan meet, anniversaries of Nanjing fan meet.
Anniversary of when they met in the flower field,
Yes.
like last
And
2
then
months ago.
there's like dating up
We have,
recording.
it's like half of the year is just like we celebrating stuff in this period.
Like dating up recording, dating up airing, happy camp
I mean,
recording,
even
and happy camp airing.
we even have the anniversary anniversary for their post on CQL. Like we have all that. We celebrate all the Weibo post. Like, oh, they posted on this date, so we'll celebrate that day too. Although it's not a big holiday.
Turtles have a lot of holidays.
Yeah.
The meme in
I
China, the meme in
really,
C
I really
fandom
prefer
is
calendar.
the meme in C fandom is every single day turtles are celebrating New Year.
I remember another CP fan was like, that that CP fandom has like they celebrate everything every day.
I saw
Like
that
when
too.
will we get to be the number one CP? Like they sit on that because we keep on, oh, we need to be number one because it's the anniversary of this, of this. But then we have anniversary like legit every other day. So they were unhappy about it. We celebrate too much in this fandom.
Someone asked, do you guys think there's a must-know rumor or moments for new turtles?
Double 11. You should know about that, about the mic thing. Number one and stuff in this fandom.
I think for me, this also ties into the next submission, which is a candy that kind of blows my mind every time I think of it, is when Gaga performed Brightest Star in the Night Sky, and a week later slash before, I forget, the Tianjin Xiangshang Bros brought up that song being Didi's fave or whatever.
Oh, I
And
think
it made me wonder if Gaga had told Didi about the performance, maybe seeing on video chats or something.
it was definitely before. That's why that night was like a pretty big thing. I can't remember whether it aired before or they recorded before, but it's definitely before we got to see Gaga singing the song. So that's why it was like a big candy for us.
I think for me, my big candies for new turtles to know, not this moment specifically, but the just all the random like song candies. So I feel like we haven't talked about the animal song backing track candy yet. That one, and then also Gugu changing the lyrics to Kepler during one of the fan meets to be "I'm in love with a lonely star." Like those are like iconic song moments, and also just all the iconic BTS scenes are must knows.
I think the list of the 49 fakes, you know, that the ones that have proof.
Mm. Uh, do you think we know if yizhan ever broke up? I feel like we would never know for sure. I mean, we never know for sure about any of this. And also, I feel like even if they did, like B word, I'm sure, I mean, there are fans that ship people that are clearly like not in a real relationship together. So I feel like whether or not they really are together, slash if they ever B word, might not affect fandom all that much. Um, any other thoughts along this line? A bit sad to think about. Um, oh, someone just said, I read that there's this one Yibo fanboy on Weibo that keeps complaining about when Yibo will break up with Xiaozhan every day. I think that's the Xiaozhan fanboy, actually. His name is Arshi, and he is one of the funniest accounts I follow. I'm pretty sure he's just a turtle at this point.
The Ultraman, with Ultraman picture, right?
Yes, I think so. Ultraman or Iron Man? I forget.
Yeah.
It's like a red robot person.
Yeah.
The one who always
Ultraman.
count.
Do Gugu Didi play any instruments that you guys know of? I don't know, actually.
Didn't
Doesn't
Xiaoshan
Gugu
play
the
play
guitar?
the violin
Yeah,
and the guitar as well?
I think he played the guitar before.
Never saw him.
I
I never saw him playing instrument.
I'm pretty sure Xiaodan plays the guitar. Yeah, he does. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna find it.
Did Yipo actually play the piano on that one clip of Pretty Small One? Or
No,
was that like
I don't
him
think
just
so.
banging?
I think it's him pretending to be cool.
Nanha.
Pretending, yeah. I love him, but
That's what I remember.
sorry,
He was
Jibo, that
singing.
was not it.
Someone asked about the 95% compatibility thing and about a fortune teller. Was that an actual thing in China? Yes, fortune telling is an actual big thing in China, and it's not like religious per se. It's just kind of like cultural superstitions and a lot of like orthodox traditional beliefs. Some of it tied into like some Buddhist beliefs. So anyway, long story short is a lot of people like do on some level believe in fortune telling. And so the 95 compatibility thing was someone went and asked a really well-known fortune teller for their compatibility before they kind of got super famous with the Untamed, and their compatibility was really high at 95.
And the fortune teller didn't know it was them, right? When
I think so. I
they
think
did.
they were given their birthdays or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, up to you if you're superstitious or not or believe in fortune telling, but it is a pretty big thing. And I think actually my parents or my mom specifically is low key into like superstitious fortune telling stuff. So I'm also, affected by that. Like I'm someone that is wearing red every single day because this year is also my zodiac year. I'm also year of the ox. So I don't entirely subscribe to the like superstitious beliefs, but I am actually wearing red every day. So it like anyway, just basically the reason the 95 thing is a big thing in C fandom is on the whole, like superstition is a pretty big part of Chinese culture. Um, what do you think about the ring candy on Tencent tonight? Oh, is this a red green rumor about the ring in his pocket? Well, I feel like everyone already knows I have red green brain rot, so I believe the ring candy. Up to individual people to interpret the suspicious circular imprint in Yibo's pocket. Oh, someone just DM'd me about this. Just going back to what Guga said about going on vacation with parents and a friend. So just kind of repeating what I said about that. I double checked the Chinese and he did say parents and friend, but the Chinese is not clear if the friend is singular or plural. But it is suspicious that he was like, my parents plus friend. Okay. If yizhan are truly fated to meet each other in this lifetime, and if it is not as an actor artist, when/how do you think they'll meet each other?
Like as in the
Fan
next
fiction
5 days.
time.
Like you want us to write a fanfiction? Okay. Yibo as an artist hiring Shenzhen as his designer.
I feel like I have a soft spot in my heart for those AUs where people is like he runs a dance studio or something, like not as a celebrity, just like a dance studio, and Xiaozhen is like designs the logo of the studio or something like that. Other AUs.
Jibo being a backup EXO dancer and Xiaoshan watching him from afar and saying, that guy is kind of cute.
I
Oh
like that
no.
one. I personally like that one. Someone write
Fuck.
it already.
I'm actually so curious, like what percentage of BXGs were once or currently still are XOLs?
That's probably very high.
Um, Oh, how do you pronounce Jianguo? Oh, there you go. It's Jianguo. And BXG is, so if we're going with the passion fruit, which is the secret topic member name, is Bai Xiangguo. It's the same guo. It also kind of grinds my gears when I see people translate Jianguo as nuts. I mean, technically it's nuts, but specifically Jianguo is like roasted nuts. And
But also, like, why would you translate, like, Jianguo's name? Like, you wouldn't translate, like, Xiaozhan's name to, like, I don't know.
yeah, or when not even like nuts, when people translate Jianguo as just nuts. And I'm like, no. Oh, this one's interesting. Did your impression/understanding of Gugu Didi change as the hidden BTS videos slowly came out? I feel like for sure my impression of Xiaozhan changed.
When he was like, 回来吃抄手, like 3 times, like, that was like the whiny tone, like, I did not expect that.
For
Just
me,
the
I
super.
think it didn't change much for me because I think I already kind of because I don't believe every fake rumor, but I do tend to like spot some stuff when you go to their old videos, and actually they weren't that different if you actually watch the official behind the scenes as well. It's just that they're more exposed and you have backings to all the rumors, so it wasn't that it didn't change much for me. Like, yeah.
I guess, like, because I used to, like, hear the rumors and be like, I don't know if, like, they're true, because, like, we literally have no support. So, like, now the support just makes you, like, you have to believe it now. Like,
I
You
think for
force
me,
dog.
because. Oh, go ahead. Okay. I think for me personally, my impression of Xiaozhan changed because like my first impressions of Xiaozhan was from all of the interviews that he did, where he presents his like like public persona of being very cultured, very upright, very polite, very like composed, very like serene, and just not as full of chaotic energy as he is in a lot of the
Agree on that.
BTS. I think in particular, Xiao Zhan he also talked about this in an interview where he mentioned that he doesn't think it's necessarily fake to have a different personality kind of like on screen as a celebrity versus in private, because he views being an idol or being a celebrity as just a job, and for him to do that job he should portray himself or behave in a certain way to appear in front of the public. And I think that distinction like is very clear when you see him in public occasions, like doing interviews, doing promotions, versus kind of like on set just having fun. So it was pretty nice to see the difference.
Well, for me, it's, I never knew that Chosen can be so flirty.
And
The
Libra.
flirtiness is off the charts. I cannot explain just wow.
the tones he adds on the extra tones to make it, like so, like, characters to make it cute, and it's cringy as fuck.
I always thought that Yibo is the flirty one, the bold one, but I never knew that
Same.
Chosen can be that flirty.
Basically, Xiaozhan starts it, and then Keyboard just continues it, and then Xiaozhan backs off, and everyone thinks it's Keyboard's fault because they edit it that way.
Like I remember clearly, like watching the team for the first time with my parents, and thinking about Lang Wangji as super calm and collected and ethereal. And when we saw Jibo in the behind the scenes, it was just a shock for us. Like now we can see Tamed without seeing Jibo there. Like the change of personality is just amazing.
For me, what changed is that I believe that they are more shameless than I had thought. Other than that, it didn't change that much. I just think that they were very, very, very shameless to do certain things in front of the
Everyone's
coworkers. And I'm so
salad.
amazing. Oh my god.
Yep, I just had more flashbacks to the BTS of Yibo putting his hand around Xiaojan's neck in front of literally everyone on set.
Oh my god, like the
Yeah.
jokes. Sleep with me? Are you kidding me? Oh my god.
Oh, that was literally such an
The
announcement.
behavior didn't shock me, but it's the fact that they did that in front of literally 100 people. Like, really, just shameless.
Yeah.
All right, my phone is running out of battery, so 2 last questions, and then I feel like we can call this a night for us all. So
Okay.
second to last question, when did Yibo last post something on Oasis? And is Xiaozhen's birthday greeting to Yibo still on his Oasis? And speaking of birthday posts, were their 622nd Weibo posts really their birthday greetings to each other? Well, yes, Xiaozhen's birthday greeting to Yibo is still on his Oasis. What was Yibo's last post?
It
Was
was
it the Chanel
February.
perfume?
No, it wasn't. It was his birthday message for Rossi on the 17th.
Oh,
Yeah, the rosy one.
the Rossi one.
Oh wait, maybe it was the 16th. And my time zone a little.
It's been a while
Yeah.
since he's posted something.
Yes,
Um,
February.
I don't remember if their birthday greetings were their 622nd Weibo posts.
They were.
They were?
Yeah, because remember Ibo deleted some of the posts to make sure it was a 622nd post for Zoltan. Yeah, that definitely got brought up like yesterday after he logged his account.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, and I think that's probably also why 622 is one of the rumored dates for when they got together. Also, okay, I guess last question. A bit of a somber one. I believe they are Shijinda, but I'm curious, what if, just saying what if, everything turned out to be an illusion? How would you feel? Because I'd still support them, but I'm worried about other BXGs. I feel like I'm personally not worried. I feel like everyone at the end of the day like likes them both individually as people. So even if it turned out to just be an illusion, I mean like that's a risk I feel like everyone takes when you choose to believe Shijinda. Like you take on the risk of knowing that it's false one day and you were like super jinching Shigan for something that turned out fake. Like that's a risk that just everyone accepts. And I feel like to be a CP fan, like you have to like both people, you know, as individuals and think they're good people to be their fans in general. So
Honestly, there
yeah,
are some people who are like have certain views and like don't support one of them, but like are it's weird. But like I think the majority of people are like more down to earth and like we just all have to respect whatever happens and like because they don't owe anything to us, so we just have to. They're
Yeah,
artists
and
that we're supposed
support
to
them
support.
always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just important that if you like them as individual first, like if you're a fan of them individually first, then whether they end up being real or they BE or whatever, I think yeah, like first and foremost, you should like them for themselves, and then everything will be just fine, even if it end up not being true. Of course, people will be kind of sad because like we believe stuff and all that, but then at the end of the day, it's not on them if it's not true because it's on us. We believe it. We interpret them.
yeah. And someone just commented, I would say Shijinda is more of them having something and the something not necessarily dating. So when we say they're Shijinda, we accept they are real, not a fake or just for the sake of the media. Well, personally, when I say Shijinda, I mean I personally believe they're dating,
I think that's a general
but I think
consensus is a dating
It's
maybe.
everyone, you know, it's fine for everyone to have their own personal viewpoint of the ship, and so for you, like being Shijinda could just be like they have a good relationship, whether that's platonic or not. Like that's also a fair way to approach the fandom.
I think no matter what one believes or what happens in the end, I just hope that nobody becomes an anti because that's really bad. Like why spend their lives like that just because they feel betrayed or whatever? I don't know, because I've seen some people
It's a good
who actually
mindset.
do.
Like it's a good mindset to have that. They don't owe us anything at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
Like that's why I say like
It's their
they
life
don't owe
after
us
all.
like whatever it is. Yeah.
It's not about us. It doesn't matter. It's their lives after all. So why should we get mad about their decisions or like the things that they do? It's like they really don't owe us their romantic life.
Yeah. I mean, my last thoughts on this are, my personal like modus operandi as a fan is I try to output, I hate how cheesy it sounds, but I try to output positive energy into the world for them. So whether that's interactions with other people online or, doing charity in the name of Gugudidi or, just outputting like my simping for both of them online. And at the end of the day, what I feel like most fans want for them is just happiness. And we just happen to believe that they would be really happy together. But even if that wasn't the case, like we just still want them to be as people, like happy and like fulfilled in their careers and, all of that.
Support the both of them. Support and
Yeah,
spread the love.
exactly.
We're made to love.
Really, we are
We're
made to
meant to
love.
love. Yes.
Oh, I'm such a simp. All right. This was super great. My phone is on its last legs of battery, so I will wrap this up for tonight. But thank you all for chatting with me and listening, and maybe we can do this again for 627. I don't know, celebrate
Thank
a yizhan
you.
holiday together.
Sam, thank you for having
Yes.
us.
Good
And
night,
Bye.
everyone, for which it is
Bojun
night.
Shishanda.
Shijenda. Good morning for those of you
Agenda.
in other time
Thank you,
zones.
thank you for
Yeah,
hosting, Yizhan.
of course.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.